Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Navigating Law and Life Behind the Brief. We have with us Minhaz Lokhandwala, partner at IndusLaw, with over 14 years of rich experience across India's top law firms. Minhaz has carved a niche for himself as a trusted legal expert. From his early days at ILS Law College, Pune, to his leadership role at IndusLaw, his journey is a testament to resilience, growth, and unwavering passion for the law. Get ready for an engaging conversation filled with professional insights, personal anecdotes. Now, friends, we are at Indus Law office at Mumbai. So, welcome Minas to today's coffee conversation episode.
Thank you so much, Amir, and thank you very much for the very kind introduction.
So, let me explain you the format and the flow. There are three rounds: professional, personal, and there is a surprise rapid fire round
Okay,
for which you have to be witty, funny, and quick. And here's your gift, but you have to win that in the round.
thank you. Okay, I look forward to it.
Okay. Friends, I'm Lion Amir Varani, host at Coffee Conversation Show and a legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution. We help law firms, corporate legal, startup and SMEs with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So, Minaz, my first question for your professional journey round. Uh, what got you excited being a lawyer, and how has the journey been till date?
Excitement for being a lawyer was from a very early age. My parents always thought I had a knack in me for evaluating and arguing on the smallest of things, and that got them always believing that I could be a good lawyer. They pushed me into this quite a lot, and from the minute I entered law school, I knew that it was going to be the journey for the rest of my life. Um, as in law school, I was quite involved in moot court competitions, in other debating competitions, which got me excited, and that paved the way for me to think that yes, the field is for me going in the future as well. And I did not honestly think of anything else uh, when I was in law school.
Wow. So, Minaz, you have worked with renowned law firms like Khaitan and Company, Bharucha and Partners, Desai and Diwanji. How has each role shaped your legal expertise and helped you to reach being partners so early at one of the top law firms like Indus Law?
Yeah, I mean, each place I have worked at has given me a lot of rich experience. When I started out with Desai Diwanji, it was the first time I was doing commercial transactions on private equity transactions, and Desai Diwanji is a firm that throws you in directly into these sort of transactions. I remember on the first day that I joined Desai Diwanji, I was told that. Here's a shareholders agreement and you need to mark it up, and I had no clue what a shareholders agreement was then, but it taught me so much because there was a lot of freedom given to us on transactions. The partners helped out and ensured that you learn on the job. So my first 4 years at Desai Diwanji, I had a lot of transactional practice knowledge, which unfortunately a lot of my peers did not get in other larger law firms because they were doing only diligences. At Bharucha and Partners, I had the opportunity to work with one of the most renowned professionals, Alka Bharucha, one of the most renowned lawyers, and I think she shaped my career the most. She's her knowledge and her ability to go into each and every aspect of law while opining on any matter is just phenomenal. Um, so what I learned from Alka Bharucha and Bharucha and Partners was how to even read law. So Desai Diwanji taught me how to do transactions very well. Alka Bharucha taught me how to read law, how to read jurisprudence, how to read judgments, etc. Um, and yeah, Khaitan and Company just helped me get a pathway into all major transactions in the country, which I could use. These two aspects I could use very well in Khaitan and Company. And the good part about the partners that I worked with in Khaitan and Company was they left me handling transactions all by myself, which again, as a principal associate, you don't get very often. Partner is typically always involved, but in my case, luckily, they just let us handle transactions all by ourselves, and we were not we were thrown into a deep end again. It paved my way for an early partnership.
So that's good to know कि from Desai Diwanji, Khaitan and Company, Bharuch and Partners contributed to your journey. So someone wants to become a partner. What advice would you give to young legal professional, the career path he has to follow to reach being a partner at a top law firm like Indus Law?
Yeah. आई थिंक द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग, और जो आजकल ज़्यादा हम देखते बच्चों में नहीं है, इज़ मेकिंग योर क्लाइंट द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इन योर लाइफ. हमारे फील्ड में बीइंग अ प्रोफेशनल वी हैव टू एंश्योर दैट अ क्लाइंट इज़ given all the importance, right? And unfortunately, as at least as transactional lawyers, we don't have the benefit of just going home at a certain time every day, right? That is something they have to understand and realize very early in life. Um, choose a field early on. Choose what your specialization has to be. Specialization is what is most important these days. Every client needs specialization. It wasn't the case around 10 years back. Generalization was more of the norm, but nowadays every client looks for specialization. So choose your field early on, work on that, develop yourself so that you can sell yourself to the client. And once you have knowledge, clients will come behind you. It is not that you have to keep running after clients. The clients will come if they see knowledge. So yes, so if I had to advise someone as a young lawyer, be professional towards the client, be ready to toil, be ready to work, and do a specialization which you can sell to the client, and you will grow in this field.
Wow, beautiful. So, Minhaz, what's your approach to handling high stake cases or complex transactions? And can you share a memorable case without naming the client?
I can actually I can name the client. We were, when I was in Khaitan, we were doing a deal where Torrent acquired Unichem. It was the largest pharma deal at that point in time. One of the most challenging deals I've done, honestly, because we were, it was the largest pharma acquisition at that point in time, and we were put into a room, 12 of us, including the clients, our lawyers from both sides. We were all put into a room and we were told, you have to sign this deal in 2 weeks. And we did not go home for 2 weeks. Okay, all of us were in that room, but the learning, because the learning we had just spending 24 hours day after day with the clients, sitting there right in front of us, drafting along with us, was the most phenomenal thing. And those learnings I still use for almost all my transactions. So the first question you asked, what do we keep in mind and what do we have to do in high stake transactions? In high stake transactions, as a professional, you have to understand that the risk is even more, right? The liability on yourself is even more.
Yes.
You have to ensure that each and every word, each and every clause that you draft is perfect. Even if it is a boilerplate, a miscellaneous clause, doesn't matter. It has to be perfect because the liability can come. So you have to be extra, 100% extra careful as compared to what you would be in any other transaction.
Wow. So, what about the other elements like data privacy, intellectual property?
Right.
How do you go about it? Those are also covered and other.
Yeah, look, again, as I said, when earlier, specialization has become the need of the hour, right? So luckily for us, we have a lot of data privacy experts. We have data privacy partners. We have intellectual property partners. So we always get them on board. Anytime there is a question which has to be answered from an intellectual property or a data privacy perspective, you need to get specialists in, or any specialist field, right? And a client also always values that, right? They know the value of advice because there's so much jurisprudence on each and every field these days, even in India and world over. We need to get all of that knowledge into a single transaction, and we don't. Now, earlier the approach was to know everything. Now we try to know more about our field and ensure that we know enough people who know about their field to get them onto the transaction, onto the board whenever required.
Thank you for sharing. You have to specialize in your area of like transaction, any area you have to pick up. So you're being valued and clients come to you because of your specialization. So continue your conversation. How does your educational foundation at ILS Law College, Pune helped you in your legal practice today?
इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन आमिर. वो देखिए, कॉलेज में जो हमें पढ़ाते हैं ना, अनफॉर्चुनेटली वेरी लिटिल ऑफ दैट इज यूजफुल इन द रियल वर्ल्ड, इन द प्रैक्टिकल वर्ल्ड. बट आई टेल यू व्हाट दे टीच इन कॉलेज which becomes very useful: the basics of law. For example, basics of contract act, basics of jurisprudence, basics of companies act. All of these things, whenever we are still, even today when we are drafting a contract, there are certain aspects that we remember, हाँ ये college में ये पढ़ा था, which will be important while you are drafting this clause. So there is not a lot of learning you can take from college, especially when you are doing transaction. Litigation practice में थोड़ा अलग होता है, but when you are doing transactional practice, there is not a lot of knowledge you will take out of college and start using it in your day to day. You have to start over. Once you start working, you have to start learning how to draft, what is expected of you while drafting, what type of clauses, the manner in which a clause has to be written. All of that, unfortunately, does not come in college. But the basics of law is something that even basics of commercial law, there's something they teach you in college, and that is what remains with you. And yes, what college did help us with, as I said, I was involved in moot court competitions, debating competitions. They made us confident. So at some place you are able to negotiate well on deals. You are able to talk to your clients well because the confidence of that was given to you when we were in college, right? So that is how colleges help. They mold you as an individual more than anything else.
Beautiful. Okay, now Minhaz, which area of law besides the transaction excites you?
It keeps changing. Honestly, these days the flavor is data privacy because the new law is coming out, the rules have come out. Before this, it was fintech. Fintech, in the recent 5 years or so, there has been so much going on in fintech that with RBI coming out with new regulations, new models of business coming out. So that was something which was very interesting for the last 5 years or so. But now the new flavor of the town is data privacy. The new rules are coming out. Everyone in this country is going to get affected, with all businesses, funds, law firms. So yeah, that is something that excites me the most these days.
So now next question will be like how you got mentored. With your vast experience, how you mentor young associates who work under you?
That's one of the most challenging things, to be honest. I think the most important thing that you have to teach the young associates these days, जो पहले आ जाता था, 10 years back, honestly, this was more of a given, but professionalism. How to be a good professional, how to ensure that you are giving your everything to your job. That is the most important part of mentoring, right? And at the same time, giving them the freedom to perform, to bring out their own skills, because every individual works differently. Every individual has their own challenges in a law firm. Whenever they come to work for us in a firm, they have their own challenges, they have their own issues, right? But keeping all that in the background and ensuring that they are as professional as they are expected to be in a law firm. Law firms are extremely difficult environments, right? The hours are long, the clients are difficult most times, and your colleagues are very competitive at times. So you are not in an environment which is uh, where you are very comfortable, but to make them feel comfortable, and at the same time expect them to work as hard as they are required to. I think that's all the mentoring they need uh, at this stage.
Wow. So, Minhaz, my last two questions. With technology advancing, how do you see AI and legal tech impacting the practice of law in India?
Very important. Uh, I think all of the big law firms have started using AI significantly in our day-to-day practice. There are softwares like Offpart Draft, Mike Legal, Litera Compare that we use on an everyday basis. Uh, we were just doing it this morning, in fact, where we used Litera for a compare. And generally, I think the faster we adopt AI, the faster your personal practice will also grow. Uh, Lawyers need to ensure that they are getting well versed with all the AI all the AI softwares that are coming out for lawyers, and at the same time, obviously, there is not rely on it too much at this stage, right? Because there is a big future in ahead of us. But I'm sure in 10 years' time, we would be largely controlled. The legal fraternity would be largely controlled by the kind of software we have, AI softwares we have. So yeah, extremely important.
Yeah, it's like now Nishit Desai has come up with their AI tool. Cyril
Yes,
has. Khaitan recently, yesterday only I saw an article like Microsoft has given them
yes,
that to integrate
yeah,
AI tool Ki.ai.
yeah,
Uh, Aditya Birla Group, for the in-house team, they have launched this VD for legal research. So that's very interesting. In-house counsel also, the IT
absolutely.
team being now developing and integrating. In-house team also get benefit of the AI tools. So that is very interesting. Not only law firm, corporate legal, there will be a lot of
Yes.
news to come across. So
I-
good to
i-
know.
In fact, all the corporates, most of the startup corporates also that we work with, have already started integrating even legal AI into their systems, right? Uh, Quite a few clients, and even IndusLaw, we are very big on AI at the moment. We started using a lot of softwares. So yeah, as I said, it is going to be one of the most important parts of our future.
Yes.
It's not going to replace lawyers, but a lawyer's worth is only going to be added by AI.
Very good. So recently I did coffee with Leena Tibrewal.
Hmm.
She is the CEO and the founder for My Contracts. So
Hmm.
earlier she was working for Vedanta in-house legal team, and now she has come up with this tool for contract lifecycle management, contract drafting for the in-house legal team. So she said about AI
Uh,
in for the CLM.
oh wow.
So
Okay.
it was doing coffee with her was about the product, about the journey, and everything. But how she transitioned herself from uh, the other side of in-house and now leading a company with implementing
Phenomenal.
AI. That was a beautiful conversation which we had, and we have
Phenomenal.
got a lot of other conversations. So now let's go to the next round and understand Minhas as a person. My first question: share about a family and your formative years, Minhas.
My family is, of course, my parents, my wife, and my 4-year-old son. Um, and my formative years, I was born and brought up in Bombay. I went to ILS Law College, as you mentioned, in Pune for my law degree. Um, I mean, as a student, I was a brat, not the most productive student in school. I was never in the top ranking students ever, but yeah, all of that. What always worked with me during school was I was always part of these debate conversations. I used to love those. I used to love the uh, extracurricular activities a lot, and yeah, that's what pushed me towards law over a period of time.
Wow. So, Minhaz, how do you spend your weekends? Is there a hobby activity you're particularly passionate about?
Um, yes, I am. I mean, honestly, as a parent, and I'm sure a lot of 0 to 6 year old parents resonate with me. Most of our weekends go with children, right? But apart from that, if I were to talk about what I do in terms of my hobbies, I like reading a lot. So I try taking out time from reading the law books to reading something for myself over the weekends. I do like one of the hobbies that I've developed over the years is scuba. Unfortunately, I can't do that over weekends, but whenever I have the opportunity, I make it a plan to go diving. I like playing sports. I play football and cricket and table tennis. So yeah, that is something I try and do over the weekends more so.
Wow. For, have you taken any professional training for scuba, and where should one go for scuba diving in India or international?
I did go to Havelock in Andaman for my professional training. You have to get a certification. Uh, it's a 12-week program. You have to do it. You have to pass it if you want to do scuba. So I did it in Havelock. There are a lot of places in India that you can do it. I believe one has started in very close to Bombay, near Karjat. There is a certification. I'm not sure how good it is, but there is the fun of scuba is after you've got your certification, because you go to the likes of Mauritius, Maldives, Australia, uh, and try and dive there, and that it takes you just into another journey. It takes you into another world. The love of scuba obviously developed because there you are not worried about anything apart from just being there between the fish and just experiencing how beautiful that part of the world is, the sea world.
Beautiful. So, for our viewers out there, what elements should one consider for taking up scuba as a sport or a hobby?
First, you should know swimming. I mean, it's not compulsory, but I suggest you shouldn't be scared of water. But no,
Scared
on
of
a
water.
you should not be scared of water. But on a more serious note, I did scuba because I wanted to have a hobby which um can take me away from all the tension. It's my form of mediation, right? There are various reasons. I've met divers from various countries, and they travel across the world only for diving, right?
Yeah.
It's like your element to look forward to when you are traveling, and you build your travel around it. I try and do that as well, but it's difficult to do that now with a child. But if you're young, um, trust me, if you can plan your travels around where you're going to dive, it makes the entire experience much more fun. uh, and you take back from that country a lot more, because then you get friends with fellow
Yeah.
drivers. You experience the country or the city with them. So it's a different. That's what I used to do when I was young, and it helped me travel much better. So if that gives inspiration, that could be a reason why you do scuba.
So, from the countries, which are the best scuba diving sites?
Ah, best was actually by far it was Maldives, and even Australia, the Great Canyon. But the most interesting experience was Greece, where, as I said, we got friends, and then the entire time I was in Greece, I was traveling along with them, along with the divers. So yeah, that was probably one of the best.
Wow. So, what's a one fun fact which your colleagues or friends don't know about you? Besides scuba diving, huh?
Fun fact that I mean, I'm honestly one of those guys who shares everything. So I don't think there would be too much they don't know about me. but I I am terrified of horror movies. When I say terrified, I can't even imagine watching a horror movie. That's something I probably most people don't know. But anything, I can't stay uh, without light at night. I'm so scared of the
Okay.
thought. So yeah, that's probably one thing that they don't know.
So, Minaz, how has a social circle influenced your professional journey? Any close friendships from ILS Law College that still play a part in your life?
Yeah, absolutely. All my close friends are still the friends that I made from college, right? Um, Seeing their journeys over the years. So one is a GC in a very very big corporate house. One is a partner with another law firm. Uh, One is an MLA. Uh, Looking at all of these guys, looking at their journeys, having developed, one runs his own law firm. It has only inspired me, to be honest. It makes you do better for yourself because you see the people who you lived with, who you studied with, coming out of there and working hard and making a living out of themselves, making good professionals out of themselves. That inspires you a lot. It's inspired me a lot. I look up to them for advice because they're lawyers. They're best placed to give me advice most times. I always look up to them for advice, not only from at a personal but a professional level. And yeah, over the years, these friendships have only developed me as a person.
Wow. Okay. So, my last question will be, which will be a googly one. Describe Minhaz in one line.
Wow. Um, an introvert, hard-working professional. I think that's the only description I can give for myself.
Beautiful. Now, let's go to the next round, that is a rapid fire round, and have some fun.
Wow.
One professional skill you wish to master in 2025.
One professional skill I need to. I want to. It can be a sport, right? I
Yeah,
I want to.
anything.
I want to
Yeah, yeah.
master tennis,
Wow.
lawn tennis. I've been wanting to do that, and this is the year.
Your favorite football player?
Ronaldo.
Wow. A book you recommend to every aspiring lawyer?
Um, this wouldn't be for lawyers
Or
as
anything.
such, but there's this book that I
Any book.
recently read called Outlive. It's
Mhm.
it's a, it's a book by Peter Attia and Bill Guilford, and it's something that everyone should read. It's essentially how to maintain good life.
Wow.
Don't wait till 60 to do that, because from there it's only downhill. Read Outlive. It's a superb book.
Wow. Beautiful. You're a morning person or night owl?
Night Owl.
Coffee or chai?
Coffee.
That's nice. Your favorite color?
Blue.
Best piece of advice received?
Um, Read the law. Don't assume. Read. Put the hard work into actually reading every aspect of law. केसेस निकाल के पढ़ो, बुक्स अच्छे से पढ़ो, कमेंट्री पढ़ो. बस ये मत अज्यूम करो कि जो आपने पढ़ा है इज द फर्स्ट थिंग. So that's from Alka Barucha.
Wow.
The best piece of advice.
Beautiful. Your go-to comfort food?
Butter chicken and butter naan.
Okay. Uh, yeah. Favorite movie you can watch again and again?
Not, I actually like Sholay a lot. That's one movie I've seen so many times. But no, actually Diwar. Diwar is something I can watch any number of times.
Yeah, both are beautiful. अपना ये historic, sorry, beautiful
Classics.
classic. Sorry, yeah,
Classics.
classic
Yeah,
movies.
absolutely.
No one can make movies like that ever again.
Absolutely.
Both. So you did well, and
Thank
here's a
you
gift.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah, one more. It has been autographed. I knew you win it.
Thank you.
So, friends, it was a lovely conversation having with Minhaz Lokhandwala, who says, "Ki I am an introvert person," but no, he did well, and how he has transitioned himself to become a partner over the years. He shared the tips. So all those young legal professionals, watch this episode, how you can chart your career path to become a partner. And one thing he said beautifully, okay, take your specialization very seriously. Whatever, when clients come to you, because they need to understand which area you specialize, because now niche areas have come in. So not only legal professional can go for legal branding, jobs are there for content writing, other niche areas are there, some have become podcasters. So this is the episode which you can have to watch for scuba diving, so many other interests. So we look forward to like this 350 episodes where the coffee speakers are sharing about their expertise, about the journey, and enjoying that memorable moments. So if you want to be featured like Minhaz, you can visit our website, theemergingindiaforum.com, or our LinkedIn company page, the Emerging India Forum, and I would fill in the form, and you will get invited to have conversation over a cup of coffee. Thank you.